It's setting up. All right, we should be live by now. Let me double check. Yes, we are live. Welcome, everyone. This is the February community call. I'm going to be your host. I'm Costandina. Just before we start the meeting, just a few reminders on what we are doing. Let me get to the slide notes. So today we are going to talk about AI controls that they officially launched yesterday on Firefox release. Then we have some Zoom and Connect updates, some news around Mozilla, and some Thunderbird updates. Reminder, if you're watching this afterwards, please do add your questions on the YouTube comments or on Matrix channel so I can pass those questions to the right people. If you're watching live, but you are not in the meeting room right now, also do notify me on Matrix or on YouTube so I can pass the questions to the people presenting. Welcome and introductions. So a reminder, we are a community of Mozilla and product enthusiasts. We are Mozilla Support and Mozilla Connect right now. So we help fellow users on community forums, knowledge base and localize. And if you are interested in giving ideas and feedback, you can do that on Connect and share feedback about product discussions. For example, AI controls that Steph is going to talk about today. You can participate as on joining me in the Zoom room, or you can watch the live stream afterwards on Air Mozilla or YouTube. And if you have any questions, this is a reminder on where to ask those questions afterwards. If you're watching this afterwards, you can post the questions on the thread, on the Matrix, or via the Zoom room. And if you don't want to talk, I will verbalize them for you. Today from Mozilla, we're going to talk, it's going to be from Mozilla Corporation, that is. We also have Thunderbird folks. It's going to be me and Stefan. My partners in crime, Kiki and John, unfortunately couldn't make it today. So I'm going to be your host, and Stefan is going to talk about AI controls and what does that mean. But before we get to there, I want to give some community kudos. So this is thank you to the community folks. So huge thanks to Christoph, Paul, Tim, Sumia, Siaina, Dennis, Ludo, and Xander for bringing Mozilla Presence to life at FOSDEM 2026. If you were there and you have met those folks, I hugely appreciate all the work that you have done. They have manned the booth. They have helped with questions. They were always on the clock to a very busy FOSDEM. If you don't know what FOSDEM is the biggest open source conference happening in Europe, and Mozilla has a constant presence for the last 20 and more years. So thank you very much for the support on both on the ground and behind the scenes that you made it all happen. This is all your work. A big shout out to Danny Colling for helping fixing bugs and modernizing planet.mozilla.org. And a heartfelt thanks to Dennis for improving the AAQ process. Dennis has fixed some bugs, and we implemented some features. So very much thank you to Dennis. And thank you to all the forum moderators for taking the time to take the forum moderators training. Kiki has launched a new forum moderations training. Moderators are the folks that help us keep our forums clean and making sure that people get their correct questions filtered correctly if we have any issues. They have a lot of skills and knowledge. So thank you very much for all the work that you've been doing here. With that, I'm going to pass it to Steph. He's going to talk about AI controls and what does that mean that just launched.
Thank you. Feel free to go to the next slide, please. So I'm Steph. I'm a product manager at Mozilla, and I'm really excited today to actually show you all AI controls. You may have heard it also referred to as the AI kill switch, but we heard a lot of feedback as we began to talk about AI that folks wanted more control and more choice. And so with the latest release of Firefox 148, which shipped yesterday, February 24th, users now have their choice and control centralized in one easy-to-use location so that you can use AI whenever you want it and very quickly and easily turn it off when you don't. Today, I'm going to go into a little details about how it works, what it controls, and how you can make it work best for you. So looking forward to that. Next slide, please. So if you update to 148, this will appear as a brand new section in your Firefox settings on the left side there under AI controls. What this does is, as Firefox has added various new AI and machine learning enhanced features in the browser, things that generate new content, we've consolidated all of them and given users a really easy way to control those features. And so at the top here, you have what could probably be called the kill switch. This is a toggle that allows you to automatically set all of the AI enhanced features to blocked. That covers the existing features below it, but it will also honor and respect that choice that you make for new features as well. So as new features that have AI in them are rolled out in the future, if you have this top level block AI enhancements toggle turned on, you'll automatically block those. So you won't have to come back and keep telling us that you don't want it. We will respect your choice and understand that. And so it's kind of a set it and forget it. So by default, all of these features are going to be in their available state. That means they're discoverable naturally in the UI, but they do require user further opt-in and the language models to download on that first use. And so if you come in and you toggle on that block AI enhancements, all of the features that were previously available will switch to blocked. You may find that you don't want most of these features. You don't want to be bothered about new features, but maybe there's one in particular that you do like. I know a really popular one is translations, for example. You can keep that top level toggle on, but then come down and actually manually control one individual feature. So you could change translations to turn that back to available and continue using that features while getting the benefits of the overall block AI enhancements toggle, meaning we won't bother you about new stuff and all of the other features are off, but you can turn one or multiple on. So each of the features have different levels of control. So as I mentioned, available is that default state. So it's the UI is visible, but the user hasn't opted in and the model actually hasn't downloaded until they've interacted with that feature. If you do use a feature, that will flip to enable. That means that UI is on, opt-in is set, and you have downloaded that model, and that feature is ready to run and ready to use whenever you want. And on the opposite side is blocked. Blocked takes that a step further. It not only just hides the UI, but if you have used a feature and you set it to blocked, it will actually remove any downloaded large language model, and it will also remove your opt-in pref. So it's a true block in the full sense of the word. Each of these can be configured individually to tailor to your specific preferences, however you want. Next slide, please. So what's covered? Translations, I already mentioned. This is an on-device feature, so it downloads the language pairs for whatever language or locales you're translating at the moment of use, and allows you to get pages translated, and this runs locally on your device. Image alt text in Firefox PDF Viewer. This is a fantastic accessibility feature. This automatically creates alt text for images that are uploaded to Firefox PDFs. And this helps people who use screen readers better understand the content that they're seeing. Next one is tab group suggestions. So this has two different things. One is its suggested tabs, as well as suggested names for the tabs. Those are the AI features. So you can still use tab groups, but those two AI features will actually be controlled by this toggle. Key points and link previews is another great one. If you long press on a URL or a link, you'll get a link preview of what's on that website. So you don't actually have to open the page to get a sense of what's there. And the key points part will actually use AI to summarize what's on there. That is another on-device feature. Actually, all of these top four ones they run locally on-device on your machine. So that data never leaves your machine and stays locally to you. And then this last one, Sidebar AI Chatbot. This is for folks who are sidebar users, maybe vertical tab users. You have the option to use your preferred LLM in that sidebar chatbot. So you could select from ChatGPT, Claude, or any of the other providers. That one does actually use those third-party providers. So it's the only one on the list that's not actually on device or local. But each of these features, you'll have full granular control to enable it, block it, or use it however you like. Yeah, next slide, please. So what And so we really set out to hit these two things, choice and control. Choice over the AI that you use in your browser. We're not going to force anyone to use any chatbot that they don't want to use. You have the ability to choose from, your preferred favorite LLM chatbots, for example. And then control. These aren't hidden in about prefs or about config. You have very clear options in settings to kind of use these however you want. You can have a top level block, top level enabled, or any more granular combination that you like. So the other thing is these are fully reversible. So if you block a feature now, you can easily get that back in the future and vice versa. You could enable translations for one browsing session and then block it again in the future. You can continue to customize and use these AI features in a way that suits you and helps you with your browsing experience. And next slide, I think that's it. That's it for me.
Thank you very much, Steph. I will open the floor for questions. I already have one in, but I wonder if anybody else wants to voice. Otherwise, I will go to the questions. We have a second one in. So I'm gonna start and then let's keep it rolling. Steph, one question that people had is that are we gonna see something similar on Android and iOS distributions of Firefox?
Yes, absolutely. We are trying to roll it out first on desktop to make sure that we really nail the experience. But we are working to bring it to the mobile features as well. In the interim, just ask for a little bit of patience. You can continue to manage shake to summarize translations directly in settings today on mobile, but we are hoping to centralize it and build in AI controls for both mobile, Android, and iOS in the future.
Awesome. Another question. What would be the right place to report bugs with AI controls? For example, if I get a pop-up regarding a blocked feature.
I would love that. Please feel free to make full use of Bugzilla. You can also post in any of our community forums on Connect. Either one of those works.
Cool. Let me see if we get any other questions. So then I'm scanning all the places. And please, if anybody in the room that has any questions, do let us know, or I can voice your question. No? I don't see any other questions. Well, in general, people are acting very positively about it, and we don't have people complaining on support. So I always get it as we usually hear like when people are grumpy about things. So when we don't hear people being grumpy about things, it's a good sign, Steph.
All right. Well, if anything does come up, there's a couple posts on Sumo, so feel free to reach out there, file in Bugzilla or anything. We definitely want to hear how you feel about it. If you have any questions or even just suggestions as we continue to improve this over time and eventually bring it to mobile. Thank you all for the time, though. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Steph. I'm gonna give the small and be the voice of the other community managers here. What's new at Zoom and Connect? Connect, we are gonna have weekly top voted ideas on Mozilla Connect. So if you wanna check them out, the top 3 right now are mobile, tab grouping, synced workspaces, and put an AI stuff into an optional add-on. So those are the three more topics. I will give the full list on the post on Matrix that John gave. I think Kiki forgot to add it here, but for Sumo, we are going to have on Q2 another Ask a Fox event. What does that mean? We are going to have a replyathon or hackathon with community participating on replying to community questions, getting product insights, and finding interesting Easter eggs in our website. So that's coming up for Q2, just an FYI. Also, we are having, I'm sorry, there's more here and I forgot. Employee-hosted discussions that they are on Connect. We have tab notes, customizable hotkeys, and phasing out the older version on Firefox sidebar. If you are interested on giving your input about those 3 topics, please do on Connect. It's a great way to directly engage with product managers, people like Steph, and share your feedback and shape the future of the product. And as always, feel free to let us know what you think and why you think. Just be nice people. And yes, Dennis. Sorry, there was a question from Dennis. Will the slides be available after the call? If so, where? Yes, Dennis, we're going to make the slides available on the original post on the Sumo forums for you to check out those links. Thank you for calling this out. That being said, on the news from around Mozilla, the redesign for Firefox.com has launched the beautiful kit here. So here is now on release. So if you're gonna go and check it out, go and check it out on Firefox.com. And there was the release of the state of Mozilla that you can also search for and read. And now I think I'm gonna pass it to Wayne for Thunderbird updates.
Thanks, Konstantina. So we have a number of items here across the product line. We released Thunderbird Pro, an update, and that's getting out to our users. Thunderbird 16 for Android was released, and there is a crash fix coming in 16.1, so users will want to be aware of that. The desktop 148 was just released with some further changes, improvements to Exchange, and also significantly an update to Yahoo authentication. Still remains as authentication type OAuth. However, there is a new mechanism, PKCE, behind the scenes, which Yahoo now requires and will phase out the old method in a few months. So we will eventually be shipping this also in the next ESR, which is 153. If people have any problems with Yahoo or any of the services that use Yahoo servers like AT&T, AOL, quite a few others, if you have problems, please post something on support for us and we'll get back to you. And that's it. Thanks very much.
I'd like to add one more shout out to Dennis for the AAK improvements, which directly improve the Thunderbird experience by asking people to input their Thunderbird version. Thank you, Dennis. And we're working on making it better, making it mandatory and some other tweaks. And we'll also do it on Android. Thanks again, Dennis.
Dennis is an amazing human being. I don't want to put him on the spot here, but thank you, Dennis, for all your contributions. All right, that was it for today. I don't know if anybody wants to add anything. Otherwise, I'm going to give some minutes back and see you all next month.
Thanks, folks. Thanks, Konstantina, for hosting.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great one.
Bye.